Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS.
All right, breaking news, allegedly, maybe Wig is back on
What do you
Atlanta.
mean allegedly maybe? So it's not a for sure thing, it's just me. But here's the deal.
We're
is
not
it
Portia confirmed,
Okay.
but she's been posting photos with like the little like camera emoji, like video camera emoji. And she's been like wearing outfits. I don't know where she's getting these outfits from. I don't understand how she still has a house to film in. XYZ, but the rumor on the street is she is back and she's filming in Atlanta.
If she's back,
She's filming something.
She can afford to save her house.
If she is back, she can afford to save her house.
Yes.
And wouldn't that just be a whole ask, believe, receive moment? Because,
Because I know that she's got to have like a big contract.
yeah. But on the same note, her divorce is kind of on pause a little bit. Her lawyers are demanding a 5-figure invoice be paid. I don't know how in the world they thought that was going to get paid. Like, do they not know her other issues?
Wait, what? Her
divorce lawyers.
Oh, she hasn't
She
paid
hasn't paid them.
Oh.
No, how could she?
Oh.
But, like, what? I'm confused
Oh my
as
gosh.
to where they thought that money was hiding for them.
Well, yes, yeah, wow.
Lots going on in Wig's world. Wig is also accusing Croy of selling her purses and jewelry, which she is also doing on Instagram.
Yeah,
I
who would he be
almost
selling them to?
thought about. Well, he's like, I got to pay the bills. So he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're worth something. She's selling his shoes.
Yes. I mean, you should be selling everything at this point.
Yeah.
Everything.
I don't understand how she is still in that house. I really don't understand it.
Well, I mean, can they just kick you out or
I don't know what the squatters' rights are in Georgia.
I'd be squatting for as long as possible. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
I know in
Just
Texas you
squat
can
away.
squat for a long time. You can squat long enough to film a whole season of a show.
Yeah, that would be I would actually watch that. Her just squatting away.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm not leaving.
Croy selling her stuff. She's squatting.
Yeah.
But you can, I mean, what does she owe on that house again? I really do think if she's on the show, she could pull herself out of this.
She could. I don't. Typically, in these situations, at this point in the foreclosure, the bank would not like honor the loan. She would have to pay that in cash, which I don't think Bravo's giving her $2.5 million.
But I don't. She owes that much on that
That's a
house.
lot, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, maybe not.
She also owes Target, so I don't know where she's buying her groceries.
Yeah, but you can. You could just buy something else, like a really cute condo or something. You don't need a huge house because her daughters are, grown. And I mean, they still have how many little kids?
They still
like
live
4?
there. I think the daughters still. No, I think maybe both daughters moved out when all this hit
I think
the
they
fan.
moved out.
I don't know what money they have though.
And then Croy's still living there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. It could be interesting. It's messy, but
Messy for sure.
I don't know. I don't want to watch them call the cops on each other.
No.
But
I do want Wig back on Atlanta.
I mean, she's good TV. Yeah, she's good. I just don't know if I'd want to watch that. I don't want to watch kids going through that.
Yeah. Speaking of Real Housewives, apparently this season of Ultimate Girls Trip, there's so many mixed messages. Vicky said on a podcast a few weeks ago that she talked to the head of Bravo, whoever that is, and they said it is not coming out. And then Bravo was like, we never said that. And then Vicky was like, yeah, they never said that.
Oh.
So
wait, the one with Caroline Manzo?
Yeah.
It's not coming out. I guarantee you. I don't even need to speak to a head of Bravo. It's not coming out. There's no way. There's just too much to lose for, I think.
Bravo.
Yeah, I really do. And if it's in a whole court case, also, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think those are very expensive to film.
No. It was like a 10-day
week.
trip.
Yeah, it's not like a housewife show. So you're not out just so much money.
Yeah.
I think they would rather count their losses and just be fine with it than I just don't think they will.
So where the internet's really upset about this is that they were like, this was our one chance to get Alex McCord back, and we lost it.
Yeah, but I liked Alex McCord when she was on there, but you know what?
She's out there living in Australia now.
They can put her on something else if they really want her. They can put her on something else.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, I don't think that'll ever see the light of day. Nor, I mean, would I want to watch it? Yes, but I get why Bravo would never do it.
Mm-hmm.
It will never see the light of day. No. Trey sent me something yesterday with, oh my gosh, Rachel.
Yeah.
Now yes. And it was an Instagram, very petty, but it was funny in a petty way, I guess, right?
It was good. It was, so she has her own podcast now. It's called
I have never
something.
listened to it, but yes, she does.
Where is it? What's it called? Oh, it's called Rachel Goes Rogue. And so this is her 10th episode. So whenever she launched her podcast, Sheena, I think on Vanderpump, they filmed like an after show. And on that, she was like, yeah, that podcast will never make it to its 10th episode because all she has to talk about is Tom Sandoval. So then Rachel took all of these clips of Sheena talking about Tom Sandoval on her podcast, compiled it together, and made a 1.5 minute long video of her just saying Tom Sandoval's name over and over and over and over and over again. And it was great. It was really good. And it came out the same day as a new episode of Vanderpump Rules, which, by the way, have you watched?
Not one episode. Have you?
I watched it last night.
Okay, so tell me, how is it?
I'm bored.
Okay,
and all my girlfriends agree, like, maybe we should just call it here. Like,
I think if they had Rachel back, it would have been probably a good season because then you have all the tension surrounding it, right? Like,
because we're talking about Rachel still, and how she's sending gifts to the house,
but you don't see her.
But we don't see her.
You're missing a big piece of the pie.
So,
you should have paid her whatever she wanted to come back.
You should have.
If they went that way, or just not talk about her, or I mean, it's hard to not talk about, but you have to almost move forward. They're not moving forward.
Yeah, and it's weird that they still live together.
Yeah.
Tom and Ariana. So Tom wants to buy Ariana out of that house. Ariana does not want him to have it.
I don't blame her. That's like you have a house with your person you're married to. And then,
well, she's like, I decorated this house. I made this house a home. He doesn't deserve it. Like,
well, I'm sure
I don't want someone else to enjoy it.
I would not. Okay, I'll tell you this. Would you want somebody, say something happened to you and Zach, and would you want him in there with another man?
No.
I would kill.
But I also wouldn't stay there myself either. Like, I would have moved out.
No, just sell it and both move on.
They both make a lot of money.
Yeah,
they both make a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Like, buy something else and then fight with him over that house. And Tom was in there. He was like, I've had to pay the mortgage and all the bills because she won't pay anything, and my account overdrafted last. No, it didn't. And if your account did, then you were spending some stupid money. That's crazy. And yeah, you should be paying the mortgage, dumbass. Like, you fucked up.
They should just sell the house.
Yeah. So they're fighting right now over Tom wants to buy Ariana out. Ariana just wants to sell it. And they're at an impasse, and for some reason, they're both still living there.
So, but
that's just weird.
Yeah, but I
don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Feels like we want to keep the story going.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how Ariana's boyfriend feels about that. Like, I would not like it if I'm dating somebody and they're living with their ex.
Yeah,
so weird. But I don't know. I've not watched an episode of it. I did watch the whole Scandival thing. I mean, who didn't watch it last year? How are their ratings? Are they still high or not?
We have to talk about Scandival for a second. Did you see Tom's fuck up in the New York Times?
No. What did it say? What did he say?
He compared Scandival to the O.J. Simpson trial and George Floyd.
What? Why would he? That's insane.
Yeah. And then he yesterday posted something on his story, and he was like, I wasn't comparing the situations to those situations. I was saying the media coverage around it was that of
that's just a narcissist.
And it was like, no,
he's an idiot.
And that's the big takeaway.
Yes,
I think, is that Tom's an idiot.
Truly, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, weird.
Jeez, no, I did not see that, but wow, that's crazy. Okay. Well, God bless. God bless you. Like we say in Texas, bless his heart.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That man is like one thing after the other.
He's on his ninth life.
Yeah.
He really
my gosh.
is.
That's kind of.
I'm very excited for the Vanderpump spinoff, though. The Valley.
Oh! I am, but just because, for the pure focus of the fact that I know somebody on there. I know Nia Sanchez and her husband. They're like, Nia was Miss USA at some point, and she's like beautiful both inside and out. I will say her husband Daniel's great. We have the same manager, so whenever I said I knew what was going on with remember back in the day, I was like, I know what's going on with that with oh God, what's his name? The guy who's Jax. That show Jax kept saying was happening. I was like,
Oh,
I know
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on. Is because I do know Nia. So
Yeah.
she's a great person.
So
Now,
tell us what you know about Nia.
I mean, honestly, nothing bad. So she's definitely going to be like I cannot imagine her looking bad in any capacity.
She
Like
just had a
she
baby,
has,
right?
she has twins. She just had twins, and then she has a boy. The most adorable family. She's just a good person.
Mm-hmm.
So she will definitely, in my opinion, and her husband's really funny. Like, I don't want to give away too. I would love to have them on here. But her husband's really funny too. He actually does like all this voiceover, like really cool work. Like, have you ever seen The Walking Dead?
Uh-huh.
So he does like all the like zombie noises and stuff for that. Like he does like
That's
a lot of
interesting.
big things. Like he's an actor, but he also does like a lot of things that you would never. You're like, wow, there's a job for that. You know, like all the people talking in the background. And there's not a lot of people that do it. So he has this like really cool job. And she like teaches pageants. I think she
was Rachel's
she was like
pageant
yeah,
coach,
she was
right?
Rachel's pageant coach.
Interesting.
Back in the day, but she's just a nice person. I have nothing bad to say about her. And she is one of those people who's like all about like uplifting women, and she's not petty and nothing, like she's a good person. So she's definitely going to be the sweetheart of the show. I put it out there right now. She's likable.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and she's
I'll watch it.
beautiful. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. But cutest family ever.
Oh.
I think Jax will be the a-hole of that show, and I don't know anything about it, but yeah, I do because he knows he's obviously going to make the most money out of everybody, right? And I think it was his show, and I think he's going to go on and perform.
He'll give us
perform.
a good show.
Like I think he will be, but he will be the villain because he has to.
See, on House of Villains, he was kind of like the soft, nice guy.
But he can't. But this is his.
Yeah,
this is something that he put together and that he wanted. This was his. And trust me, he's getting paid more than everyone else.
How did Jax know Nia?
They all like are friends. So Nia
Okay.
Nia's friends with like all. I think they all live in California, so I think they're all kind of in this. So she knows like that whole group of people.
Yeah.
But I think she'll be very likable. But I just can tell you like if I'm Jax and I'm you have to. I mean, I think it's definitely going to be like most other Bravo shows where there is drama. And if I had to guess, I would say that Jax will push that drama.
Yeah.
Because
that's fair.
because it means something to him. It's a show that he kind of, I think, was the brain power behind.
That's fair.
So yes. But I don't know. I'll watch. I will definitely watch it if nothing else, just because I'll support my girl.
There you go. You know what you're really good at?
What?
And I've known this about you. You're really good at answering a question without ever answering a question. A few weeks ago, I got to interview Stephanie for the first time on the Red Mike podcast, and it is so fascinating. I listened back to it yesterday. It came out, I think it comes out today. You are just so interesting in an interview.
Yeah, well, I have had many years of effing up, so now I don't.
But just like listening to and I just remember you doing this like at RHOD Press, is like you would hear the question, but it's almost like whatever you would say was nothing related.
Yeah,
but
I make it
somehow
what I
the
want.
interviewer was like, wow. And then later they're like, huh?
Yeah.
But genius.
Yeah, I'll steer it the way I want.
Very good.
You ask me a question I don't want to answer, I will put it in a way that I feel comfortable.
So
yeah,
if you want to hear
I'll
Stephanie,
steer the direction.
If you want to hear her not answer questions, listen to the Red Mike podcast. It was very good. It was very interesting. I was nervous.
Oh my God, really?
Well, yeah, because I was like, I don't know what to ask you. I was trying to find questions to like stump you, but then you're too good. You're a seasoned pro.
I am. So at my first, especially year or two, I realized that I would piss people off a lot because I would be, I'd answer the question because I wanted to be a good interviewee or whatever. Like, is it interviewee?
Yeah,
like
interviewee.
the person. Yeah. And then I would screw myself over and I'm like, F this. So then I would do, I would do kind of like I did with my confessionals. I would just make it what I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yep.
There's a point where we did, like that happened with Bravo blog. Whenever we had to do a blog, like my last year we did a blog, I think made it just more comedy blog than a legit blog. Because I'm like, nobody can get mad at me if I'm just being stupid. But like I was like,
That's fair.
Yes, but thanks, Trey. That's a skill that I have.
It is.
That is a skill that I have, and I'm very proud of it because it got me out of a lot of trouble.
Amen. Where are you going for spring break?
We are going to our house in Montana.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I just got back from Mexico. I'm telling you, I'm like a world. I'm like, not,
You really
I
are.
don't know. Is it world traveler, Montana?
Well,
Mexico,
you stay
maybe
on a
not.
plane. For a girl that likes to be home, you've been gone a lot.
But you know what? I've learned how to do it. Because this is why I used to hate traveling, especially like I would go on trips with friends and I would be like, oh my God, I need a vacation for my vacation. So now when I go on a trip, I'm like, this is my vacation. I'm going to do what I want, right? So I just got back from Mexico for my friend's boyfriend's 60th birthday. And our friend has this like amazing house in Tulum. And so we all went and stayed in the house. I was in bed by 8:30, 8:45 every night,
That's
maybe
the best.
9 if I was really frisky. But I felt so good the entire. I mean, I would drink a little bit, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'd wake up 9 o'clock. Like I had the best sleep. And then and I came home feeling rested, right?
Yep.
And then also, so anyways, I have another trip, a mom's trip next week to Mexico to a part I've never been to. Which I'm kind of excited about. It's not even on the beach. It's like, I think it's more mountain.
San Miguel, right?
Yeah. I didn't even know they have mountains in Mexico.
Yep.
Here you go. And I'm going to go there and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to be like, listen, this is my vacation. I'm going to go to bed when I want to. I'm going to wait. I'm just not, I don't need to fit in anymore. I'm just fabulous the way I am.
There you go.
Yes. And then, but I did that during our trip. Like I would go to bed probably pretty much before everyone every night. Like I'm like, it's time for me to go to bed.
When we were in Montana, I feel like the first 2 nights you were like, let's go out. And everyone's like, let's go home.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not the rowdy group. This is the like, we want to go to bed group.
But I feel like the best thing about Montana is like how cute, like they're like, and how like their bars
Downtown
are like
is.
so, their bars are like so charming.
They
So I'm
are.
like, wait, like we're just going to come to
It
Montana
has
and just
character.
stay at my house? Like,
Yep.
okay. But that's kind of what everyone wanted to do. But I was like, oh my gosh, you don't really see Whitefish if you're not downtown and
Yeah.
you're not like living like a local.
Yep.
So, and like it's so easy to go out there because you're not impressing anyone. It's my type of thing. And then we're going back to Montana for spring break, which is kind of fun because every time we go, they get a little bit more done to the house. And if they don't get a little bit more done to the house, and Travis calls
yells
and
at him.
yelps and gripes at him. He's like, what have you been doing for the month?
When will it be done?
I mean, like completely done this summer because we can't. A lot of the exterior you really can't do right now. I mean, you can, but it'll cost you a fortune of tenting everything, keeping everything dry, and so because a lot of it's still like concrete work and all. So this summer, but the interior surely will be done by the summer. If not,
I can't wait.
yeah. If not, yeah.
Bless their hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bless their hearts is definitely a thing. But they still don't have like glass on the stairway. My sister-in-law was there with her husband this past weekend. They had her husband's 40th birthday. And so you kind of see what they haven't done. And yeah, they still have a lot to do.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like this might be an issue for you in Montana, but for some reason I have this issue in the middle of Dallas. Yesterday I walked outside my house. I was walking down the street, and there was a snake.
Oh, I've never seen a snake there.
Well, even in the summer?
I've never.
Thank God. I have an infestation. Well, I've seen one in my neighborhood, and I don't know what to do about it besides move.
I've never even seen one in my backyard, and I live on a creek. You would think that I would
that's
see they would
interesting.
like get on the backyard. I've never, and that was like my biggest thing. I'm like, oh God, we're gonna have like snakes, and I've never seen anything.
Huh, that is interesting. Well, I don't know why they're over in my neck of the woods, but they need to
Yes.
get out. So I made the fatal mistake of staring at it.
Oh my gosh, what?
And I should have killed it,
You-
but I didn't know what to do. I mean, it was little. It was like maybe, I thought it was like 6 inches. People were like, no, that's a little bigger than 6 inches. Maybe it was like
That's
8 to 12 inches.
Oh, that
it was
seems big.
It was a sizable, it was skinny, but it was,
Okay,
it was a
like a
long
garden snake.
enough snake. I don't know my snakes very well.
I don't think I would kill a snake. I think I'd be too scared to even kill it. But
No, that's how I felt. I was like, ugh,
I couldn't. Like I would just no.
and I didn't know what to do.
I'm
But
scared
then,
of geckos though. So
then it ran away, and I was like, well, that thing's gonna get bigger.
it will eventually. And it
So-
can coil up in your toilet.
No. Every time I sit on the toilet, I saw this years ago on Facebook, years ago. I check underneath the toilet seat to
I
make
do
sure there's no
too. I
snake.
always
just
lift it up.
waiting to take a bite.
Yep.
Because
Because you hear about them coming
they
in through the
slither up your
pipe.
pipes.
Yeah.
Nope, not today.
And they'll bite you in the butt.
Yeah, and that or worse. Oh, that could be awful.
Where do you think it's going to... Oh, yeah. Well,
Who knows?
Yeah. That would be so bad. No, I always have too. I forget where I've heard that from, but I have heard of snakes coming up into like the toilet area. It's so terrifying.
That stresses
That'd
me
be
out.
the worst. I remember being in, I think it was a high school. I remember, like, I don't remember much about like the high school stories, but I remember being in high school and there was a short story. It was kind of like whenever we were learning about like Edgar Allan Poe, and then we had to memorize part of one of his poems. And there was a story that we did where this lady, I'm sure a lot of people had to do this in high school, that's why I'm telling you the story, where this lady is in bed, it's either a lady or a guy, and he wakes up and there's a snake on his bed, like this huge snake. And it's like this whole, it was the most terrifying story. I remember it to this day that I had ever read in high school. And it was like all about how like he was breathing. There was a snake asleep on him, like this deadly snake. And the whole thing was that. It was horrifying.
Oh, that's going to keep me up at night.
That would be like my nightmare. My nightmare.
Mm-mm. I can't do snakes.
No, no. They're the scariest things. And I've always thought we would see them, but I never have. But you know, sometimes, do you watch, this is so random. Do you ever watch like, the zombie show? You know what I'm talking about?
Walking Dead?
Do you ever watch Walking
No.
Dead? Okay, so we do still, Mike, for some reason, even though I know a lot of people don't watch anymore. It was so good in the
still
beginning.
On?
I don't know. I'm way behind. I started watching it way late in life. Anyway, but you don't watch it. So do you ever think about like if there was a zombie apocalypse, like would you be okay?
No.
Okay, I do because I watched The Walking Dead, right? But I was thinking at my house the other day, I'm like, you know what? Because whenever you watch The Walking Dead, for those of you who ever did, like you see that people have all these like little fortresses around, you know, like they.
Yeah, I do know where I would go, and it'd be your house because you have a flamethrower, you
feel
have
like
a crossbow.
If anyone was to make it, my house, I would be pretty, for at least a little bit, until all the townspeople got together and decided they wanted to take over a house for protection. But it's, Anyways, but I do sometimes think about that. I'm like, could I make it? And I would be definitely the first one dead in my family, for sure. Because I think I would just be like, just eat me. If there were zombies. But yes, I do think if there was something like that, I would be very safe compared to you. Like you would have to come over.
No, I would be coming over.
You would have to we would have to go and like get food, try not to die.
Well, I don't know. COVID felt a little bit like an apocalypse.
But there weren't zombies out there eating you.
No,
you just
but we
had
did
to
go
try
to the grocery store every day, and then you had to go home.
But like a Walking Dead, you had to go to the grocery store, and then you have to make sure there were no zombies after you.
Oh.
It'd be very different, Trey. Like I think you would definitely die before me,
people
and
were
I would
stealing
be
groceries.
up there.
Yeah,
I would be up there. I'd be like, we're screwed. We're screwed. We send Travis. But yeah. But no, I think I would be good. But I've never had snakes, but it's my biggest fear. Thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast. And you can watch us on TikTok at, what's this called?
Weekly Dose of BS. My God.
Bye.
Yay Networks.